Part 1. Complete the script. Which culture do you belong to? I was born and raised in America, where my culture was shaped. Is that a multicultural society? Yes, it is. My culture is a diverse mix of customs and traditions of various races and ethnicities. How long have your country been practicing those customs? Well, it has a long history around 10,000 years ago. What custom do you like the most? I like practicing dining etiquette. That's what makes me American whenever I travel to other countries. What are traditional customs of men and women in your country? Cowboy hats and boots are American styles, but nowadays, jeans and t-shirt are more preferable. Are you comfortable with the traditions and customs of your culture? Of course, I was born with it. How do people greet each other? Well, it depends on the situation. In an informal communication, people just say hi. Have you ever felt drawn to another land? Yes, I'm interested in Indian culture. I wish I can get there someday to attend the typical Indian wedding. Part 2. Listening the story and retell using your own word. The story follows Alberto, who has a new neighbor whom he disliked since his life would become more difficult as a result of the new neighbor. Alberto disliked them when they arrived, despite the fact that he had never met them. Two of them, as big and loud as their cars, and as thin and stupid too, studied Alberto. Then he tells Mimi the arrival of his new neighbor. Mimi is a friend who lived with him. Then Mimi reacted the same as Alberto. She complained about the arrival of the new neighbor. Mimi suggests to Alberto that they ignore the new neighbor and Alberto agrees. When the neighbors went out for a walk, Alberto and Mimi didn't greet them, and when the neighbors were in their garden, Alberto and Mimi went inside. One day, Alberto woke up from his sleep and saw his neighbor was in their garden and called Mimi to see what the neighbor was doing. Mimi decided to call her staff to get rid of her new neighbor. 2 minutes later, Alberto's chief of staff and Mimi came out to chase away Alberto's neighbors, and his neighbor gave a dirty look and returned to his own garden. A few days later, Alberto and Mimi often found one or another of their two new neighbors walking around their garden. Alberto shows how he feels by destroying the flowers in his new neighbor's garden at night. In the morning, his neighbor came to Alberto to talk about what Alberto had done to his flowers, but Alberto just kept quiet and ignored his neighbor. The neighbors said, "Now I'm in trouble," and of course they thought I did it. Then Alberto answered, "Who are they?" And the neighbors answered, "The owner." Alberto was surprised and told Mimi that the neighbor is not the owner of the house. But Mimi was not surprised because they explained everything. That's why they are so noisy and smelly and stupid. We need to make the owner a staff. The next day, they were nice to the new neighbor and they tried to explain how to make the owner a staff. But still, it's no good because the neighbor didn't understand, and a week later they gave up. Part 3. Answer the question correctly. Number 1. What did the boy like best about the zoo? The answer is, the boy liked best about the zoo is the porcupines. Number 2. What did the elephant do at the zoo? The answer is, the elephant threw dirt on them with his trunk. Number 3. What can we infer about the bird show? The answer is, we can infer that the bird did something it wasn't supposed to do. Number 4. Where did the boy see the butterflies? The answer is, the boy see the butterflies flying inside a little building that made out of glass. Number 5. Retell the text with your own word and describe the detail about the zoo. The answer is, before Mikey went to sleep, he and his father were talking about their trip to the zoo, where they saw a variety of animals. What Mikey enjoyed best about the zoo were the porcupines, and then he saw a giraffe that was taller than his father. When they finally saw the elephant, he threw dirt at them with his trunk. After that, Mikey fed the dog and watched a bird show where the birds flew around and one bird did some things that shouldn't have done. After that, they saw a butterfly inside a little glass building that couldn't fly out because of the air. After talking about their trip, Mikey finally went to sleep.